How are we all on this wonderful Friday morning? So, here in Queensland, in Australia, we have blue skies. We have a few clouds, and it's a little bit dark over the back there. So I don't know whether we're in for some rain or some storms or something like that. I don't know, but it's just a tad black. But the sun's shining. So that's a good start. So my name's Lorraine. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the Fraser Coast area of Queensland, Australia. Today is the last day of the free shipping. So if you're wanting to place an order and get the shipping free, now is the time to do it. Good morning, Holly. Foggy and cold? I'm not a fan of fog. I remember when I was living in the UK, although I came out here when I was 12, I've spent several years living in the UK in that period of time. And I remember I went to work one day. I was working in Salisbury and I had to go back to Fordingbridge, which is where I'm from. And I had to hang my head out the driver's side window as I was driving along to watch the white lines along the road because I couldn't see anything in front of me. It was as thick as a bag. Not a fan of fog. Hi, Marlene. How are you? And Monique's here, I believe. I haven't seen her pop up yet, but yeah. Lovely to see you all this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Marlene's here. Hi, Suzanne. You'll all pop up in a minute. I'm just seeing what other people have written, and now let me see. Just give me 2 seconds. So yesterday was another happy mail day. So I got a beautiful card yesterday from Marlene. It is so cute. It is just so cute. So thank you so much. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning, Glenda. Hi, Roz. How are you this morning? Lovely to see everybody. Okay, so I'm going to go straight down onto the desk. We're going to I'm just doing something for fun this morning. Now, my beautiful card. So absolutely gorgeous. Love the colors, so bright, and I love the sparkle. With the sparkle, did you by any chance use Kindy Glitz on that, Marlene? I used to use a lot of Kindy Glitz because it sort of takes on the colors of what goes in, what else is in there. Hi, Sue. How are you this morning? It is a beautiful card, isn't it, Holly? I get like that, Roz. I start off really well, and then I'm like, okay, anybody I've missed, please take it as a personal good morning because I can't see anymore. Oh, dear. You did. I thought so. It's beautiful. I love that stuff. Absolutely love it. Hi, Suzanne. I think I've got a thing of it here at the moment. But I always used to use it on my Christmas cards because you could just pop it on the snow when you did the Christmas cards. Excuse me. And it used to look so cute. And the tops of buildings. Oh, Glenda got a card too. That's awesome. You can tell when we've all done a batch mailing, can't you? Oh, dear. So lovely. All right. So I've got a bit of a mess on the desk today, but we'll see if we can work this out. I've also got lots of stuff written down so that I hopefully get it right. lots of pictures that I've drawn myself. Okay. So those of you overseas, just a reminder, mine will probably be late because I didn't get them off during the move or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm a bit slack with that. Okay, so I've been having a bit of fun this week with some different sorts of cards. So I made this one with the little pocket and the little pocket inside earlier in the week, which I love this one. I may not use the pocket inside. I'm going to make several of these. Hi Deborah, how are you this morning? So I'll probably be sealing that down unless I put, because I was going to use this for the girls at work, and I was going to maybe even just put in a little um, inspirational saying in there. So we did this one. This was earlier in the week. And then yesterday I did this one, okay, which was a little bit different. And then I think, I don't know which day I did this one, but I did this one as well, which opens up and does that. So I've been sort of playing a little bit this week with different things. So that one has the belly band. I must be missing one because that's only, I didn't do one Tuesday, did I? No. So that's this week so far. So today's, I'm sure you've all seen these, and yeah, but they're a bit of fun. So I'll put that ribbon to one side. So what I'm going to make is, this is just a prototype, so don't take any notice of the paper or anything because it's not Stampin' Up! Paper. So I'm sure you've all seen these where you open this one way, close it, and then open it the other way. Okay. I remember my dad having one when I was quite young, and we actually thought it was magic. So I have been crazy busy, Roz. It doesn't seem to slow down really, to be honest. All right, so to start off with, has anybody made one of these? Let me know if you've made one, because I need to know in case I get stuck. No, I'm hoping that I can. My dad had a large one, like a wallet size, because I know he used to put notes in it, but I have no idea where it is. It'll be somewhere in here because I've always planned to do one. No, never. You think that's cool, Holly? Magic. Oh, thank you, Roz. All right, so bear with me. I'm hoping that I can get all this together for you. So we need 4 bases. So the bases are 3 3/8 by 4 7/8. Then we need 4 white mats. So they're 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. And then we need 4 pieces of DSP. So I've actually done, these are for my inside, these are for my outside. So I've done them different. So I've just got to be careful when I go to stick these on, because to me, that is the right way up. Look, I don't suppose anybody's going to scrutinize it that bad, but you never know, do you? All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stick this. We're going to get straight into it today. My goodness. We're going to stick this onto here. All right, so easy done. We'll start with the easy bits. So this makes it quite like sturdy, if you like, with all these layers. So just, there's one. I was actually really pleased with how yesterday's turned out, considering I was working off of a card that I'd made years ago, and I wasn't really sure about the... Please don't do that to me. That one looks a little bit bigger, but that's okay. And then that's the other side of that, but I didn't want to do it in the yellow. I could always do it that way, but no, not happening. It's actually Darling Duckling, and I still have not issues with it, but you loved yesterday's card. Thank you. I was actually surprised how well that came together. And then afterwards I was thinking about what I could have done different. Anyone else do that? You do something and then you think, oh, I could have done something different there. All right, so we're going to do these 4. So these are going to be the inside pieces, the 2 pinky pieces. So I'm going to keep those 2, well, now what they have to do is get put onto this. So this is just a piece of crumb cake. It's going to be sandwiched, so you're not going to see very much of it, okay? So then we place all these onto there. So you can see it's giving it quite a... You do, Holly? Oh, Kim. No, Holly does. No, I wasn't keen on it when it first came out. It's... To me, it can't make up its mind whether it's green or yellow. Oops, it's gone a bit skew with. So the measurements that I've taken these from is from Jan B. Okay, so in the UK. I've sort of taken the measurements from one and the instructions, some of the instructions from another. I can't remember who the other is, so you just have to forgive me. I wonder what the new in colours will be. I suppose the ones that have been in for 2 years go out this year, which was the Summer Splash and all those, wasn't it? Or whether they get put into the, you know, ones that we keep. I don't know. This, I mean, this is just my second year. So, or I will have done 2 years in February. All right, so that's what we've got there. So I'm going to put the 2 front pieces to one side for now. And then we're going to work with these 2. So what I want to do is I want to, just on the back here, I want to write A and B so that I know what I'm doing. Now we also need ribbon, and we need 4 pieces at about 6 inches. So I don't know what I've got here. What have I got here? If I cut it at 6, which is there, and this is too big. 6 inches is actually too big, which is good. So let's go 2. Now I'm using this one. Probably should be Calypso Coral, but I don't have anything that's Calypso Coral coloured. So this is Timid Tiger. And also I'm using it because it's not a slippery ribbon. You really don't need a slippery ribbon for this, I can tell you, because once you get going, it does start to slip around. Now I'm going to use this today. It's like a tear and tape. It's extra wide, and it's also extra sticky. Oh, you've got your daughter for... Oh, that's lovely, Tanya. with Pretty in Pink. What have I missed? The old in colors go away. Sometimes they will bring a popular one back later. Okay. See, something else we're going to have sitting to one side that we possibly can't use. All right, so this is what we've got. So I'm going to put B to one side. I'm going to turn A over, and we're going to start with this. Now, what we want to do, the first one, and I might have to turn my fan off. The first one is that we're going to have two straight lines across here like this, and preferably around about the same distance apart. However, when you do the next one, which is a cross, the cross has to fit in between those two. It can't touch them and it can't be overlapping them. So that's just a little hint. So I'm thinking, and I might just put a little mark, if I go like 1 inch down and one, because this is a like a bitty size, I'm going to do 1 inch up. 2 tiny little marks, and I'm just going to put that one there. Now it has to come out either side, of course, and this one is going to go across there. All right, so that's how we're going to do it. What I should actually do as well is do those marks. Let me do it down this side as well, because this is the side where we're going to see it more to start off with. So I'm just going to put those little 1 inch daubies. It's a new word, ladies. Okay, so these are going to go across here like this. Please, fan, do not move them across there. I'm going to turn that over and literally put them back into place on the back here, like so. Okay, just so that gives me some idea. Now, like I said, this stuff is as sticky as, so I should have brought in an old pair of scissors, really. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut 4 pieces. It is tear and tape. I mean, you can tear it. Oh, hang on. What have I missed? Someone's had a baby? Oh. Oh, she had her awards night. How awesome. And voted in as head girl. That is so good. Yep. Some of these single dads do a great job, don't they? Okay, I'm just tearing this off. And literally, it is very sticky. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this side. Just pull it over a tad, because we don't need huge, great big pieces. Now, if it goes crooked, it goes crooked. Nobody's really going to get there with her. And we're going to pop that over like that, and we're going to stick it down, and then we're going to pop this one over, and we're going to stick it down. No one's going to see this. No one's going to see it. Okay, so we have it like that, and then we're going to turn it back over. Okay. Now then, we're going to get our B piece. And we're going to lay that on the top of there. Now, if you've got something that will give you a good square, like a square corner, use that. Push it up into the corner. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm also going to mark this B piece so that I can see where I'm bringing those tabs over to. That's all it's for. So we're going to take the B piece and we're going to put it on top like that, get it as square as we can. And yep, so then we get this bit. Hang on. It's supposed to go that way, I think. Pattern on top. Like that. Put that like that. The B piece over the top. And then we're going to bring the ribbon over. And as you can see, we've got, oh, hang on, let me check. So we've got, hang on, that's what we've got. I thought I had a bit too much ribbon there. So we've got that, and then we put the B piece on the top, okay? So we still keep this lined up as best we can. And then we put, sorry if I confused everybody there, we put this B piece on the top here, right, like that. And then what we do is we take the ribbon up and stick it. So you can chop off the ribbon afterwards. So I'm just going to, now you need to pull it taut but not tight. You can sort of fix it up later if it's a bit too, this one's definitely too long. Let me get rid of some of that. Whoops. Put that back in place. And then take this one over. Like I said, taut but not overly tight. So then we have that, okay? You should see my pictures that I've drawn myself. It's hilarious, really. Okay, so then what you do is you open that. I think it's like that. Okay, they've got it the other way. So they've got, doesn't matter, that's how we need it anyway. All right, so we just turn it like that. Now in here we're going to make the cross. Okay. Oh dear, I'm just hoping I can manage it for you guys. So I did, where's my other piece? There it is. So this one has to go, now like I said, it has to go inside of here. We can't have it touching. This is obviously going to be cut off, but it has to go inside those parallel lines, that cross. So where it meets the card here, it needs to be away from the parallel lines. So trying to actually line it up and get the cross in the middle, you end up with it more of an elongated cross so that you can get your cross in the middle, and then you can put it, make sure that it goes within those lines. Okay, so we've got something like that. And then we take the left hand side over to the right hand side like that. Now here we go. This is where we've got to try and get these bits within those lines. So when when you actually look down the side, you can see where your I don't know if you can see that. You can see where your other ones are. I'm just going to pull these through a bit because they're very so what we can do is we can move it if we want to, so that we know that it's just inside like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull these up and we're going to stick them. Okay, and if you were not like me, you would have had these ready cut so that you could do that. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to move that one up like that, making sure, see, that's actually touching that there. So I'm going to move it down a bit and put it there. Okay, like so. And then looking at this one, I'm just going to move it up a tad and put that one there like that. So that's what we've got. We've got it looking like that. So when we open that up, we've got that like that. So now what we're going to do, we've got to make our cross, and it's not going to, it's going to be a thin cross like that, because it's got to, yeah, so we open it like that, and then what we do, do we turn the whole thing? I think we then take this piece over like this. That's right. And then we stick that one there and that one there. Now what we can do, of course, is, that one's a bit long, isn't it? What we can do is we can check it. And I wasn't being very careful with that bit there, so like, and then what we can do is we can open it up and we can see that that's what we've got. Bye, Kim. Oh, you've got flooding. Oh, take care, take care. Okay. All right, so there we have the base of the card. So what I can show you is if I take out the little piece that I had in here, so if I slip that down in there and then I close it and then I open it, it's changed sides. And if I close it and I open it, it's changed sides. Now that is a little bit loose. Those aren't too bad, but that one and that one could both be a tad tighter. So it's at this point that if you need to do it tighter, and this is going to be awkward because like I said, this stuff is extremely sticky, you can just lift it and pull it through just that little bit more. Okay. And that's decided it's going to separate. So what I'll do is just bring it. The good thing about this one is it actually comes off quite easily. It doesn't. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that and pull it down a bit tighter, making sure that we're still in line. Okay, so that gives that, no, it's still quite loose. What's this one? Let's pull. Now I've pulled it out of there. This is what you have to be sort of careful about. I'll just get another piece of that and put that on there. Like I said, taut but not overly tight. And where is that line? You know, that line of this is too, now this one feels too loose. Where is that line of, you know, it's too light, too loose, or it's too tight? Is it that one? That one's tight. This one needs to come through a bit more. There we go. Let's do that. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to get, look at that, my goodness, because I don't want to get into too much of a mess. And straighten that, and there you go. So you've got that side, turn it over, open it up, and it's that side. It is a magic trick, Roz. So you can't figure out how it works. All right, let me put the fronts on, and then I will, I'll give you a clue. So these are the two that we had for the front. So what I'm going to do is take this off. So that I just wanted something that was really sticky, because the ones that I used on that one last night, they weren't very sticky. And no, it wasn't Stampin' Up. I tend to use what I've got when I'm doing this sort of thing, because I have so much of it. It's such a waste if I don't use it. Okay. But, you know, tear and tape's tear and tape, isn't it? You know, I use this one, but you know that you can buy it through Stampin' Up. So it's not a problem. All right, now we're going to glue this. I'm going to put it up the right way, this to this. So I'm going to put glue on both pieces. I might just cut that bit of ribbon down a bit there. I'm going to put glue on here, even though I've got that tear and tape and I know that it's a strong one. I'm still going to put glue on here, and I'm going to put glue on here. And then I'm just going to put this over the top of there, and that gives us our front cover. And then we'll turn it over, and I'll just cut off the little bits. Peel off these. So I said I got the measurements from one person and some ideas from another. I mean, I could have just said to my husband, can you show me how to put this together? Because this is his sort of thing, mechanical, you know. But I thought no, and I went in and I checked. And the first one, of the one that I got some of the hints from, she did a very tiny one. Like, it wasn't much bigger than this, or, you know, it was about just a teeny bit bigger than a gift card. So now I'm going to put these two, that one on there. Make sure they're all nice and even. Get rid of my mess. We'll decorate the front. And they're both going the right way, which is good. Okay, so there it is. So you pop that in through there. You can turn it over and it's swapped sides. Turn it over and it's swapped sides. What do they call it? I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look it up for you, Holly. I'm so sorry. But if you do this, you can see that it's not, sorry, what am I doing? It's not the card that moves. It's actually remember how we did it onto this one and then took it onto that one, and then we did this one and took it onto that one. So you're making that interaction so that both the cards, so when you look at it like, it's hard to see, when you look at it like that, you can see that it's actually the ribbon that's moving. I don't know how to make that easier to see. It's maybe not so high. It's actually see in there? It's actually the ribbon that's moving. It's not the, yeah. So, and of course it will stand up. So we're going to put a bit of a decoration on whichever we choose to be the front. As I said, Dad had one. It was quite a large one. It was wallet size. Do you know, I can never see anything like that when I want it. And I'll finish this and there it will be, smack bang in front of me, because this is one that I've been wanting to do for a little while. No, Nope. I'll show you one day. But you can do it. Let me grab a note. Says she, hoping she's got a note because I don't carry much cash. Oh yeah, all right. So I've got a $10 note. Well, there's a $5 note. Okay, they're a bit bent because, like I said, so you can actually, you know, you could put this one's going to be too big, obviously, because I didn't do it big enough for notes. But you can do that, and there it is. So you can see, like kids, particularly, if you gave them money for Christmas or something and put it in a card like this. But this is fun too. So you've got a $10 that side and a $5 that side. And when you turn it over, they've swapped sides. Okay. So a bit of fun. And like I said, you can use like a gift card. You can put that in there. You could put a photo. You could put photos in there. Nothing to stop you doing that. Jacob's Ladder toy or card book. Okay, thanks, Nicole. Lovely to see you. Yeah, that Jacob's Ladder. Yeah, there is a name for it, and I honestly didn't write the name for it down because I just wanted to call it a Fun Fold Friday, or Fun Card for Friday, or whatever I called it. I like to give them something different. So there it is. All right, now all we have to do is decorate it. So that's all we have left to do. Oops, let me take that out of there. Oh, we're only 10 past. Okay, I might also show you another one because someone asked me yesterday about cards for... I got these out the other day because someone wanted some of my other cards. Look at these, what I used to do. So quite old-fashioned, but these are my witchy ones. Right, so we're going to put something on the front of that, and then I might quickly do something else. Let's use Spotlight on Nature. What colours will we use on the... Oh, I turned it. That's better. Turn it up that way. What colours should I use? I'm thinking maybe with the bigger one. I'm just going to do 2 circles. Like, how boring, right? That one, I think that one will be too big. Yeah. That one and this one. So you do, or this one. Because I think you could probably put a thing in there that said hello, which would be quite interesting. Oh, and I found something. I was watching Ellen yesterday. Do you know, it's amazing, isn't it? Because, excuse me, where is it? You probably all know this, but I was watching Ellen. Where's that stuff? No, not that one. What did I use yesterday? I used... Here. Just a bit of, just in case. See this here? Is this the stamps? Yeah. See this here? I thought it was a bit of fernery. Okay, and I was convinced, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, that would look good around the bottom of a tree or whatever. It actually stamps onto this to make the like the veins. Maybe it was just me. Maybe I'm just a bit slow, but I had no idea. So I think it works with this one here. Because Ellen did it, and I'm looking at it and thinking, how did she do that? That looks really good. She did say you have to play with it a bit. But yeah, it sort of goes onto the stamp like that and puts veins in your leaves. All right. Now I've shown it, you know, I'm not always very quick on the uptake. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know either? Oh, I'm so pleased. I thought I was probably the only one in the world that didn't know. And these little bits here, where I've dabbed them around, you can actually put them in the center here to make the stamens for the, and this cuts them out. So you can cut out the stamens. There's so much more to this Petals of Beauty than I thought there was. Thanks to Ellen, yeah, I found that out. All right, I'm going to do this in Timid Tiger. Let's see if I've got the Timid Tiger in my scraps. Be in the yellows and oranges, all right? Yeah, I do. So what I'll do, is that Timid Tiger? Which one's Timid Tiger? Not that one, that's something else. This is the Timid Tiger down here. So I'm going to do that, and I'll just do something white on the top. Let me cut that out of there. I'll be honest, at the moment I've got cards everywhere, like everywhere. Having a bit of a sort out. I'm putting them in I wonder, let's do that out of there. That actually looks quite cute, and it takes it in with the inside as well. Just want to stamp that. Now, which one has this one? The branching out has the really nice hello, and I'm hoping it's going to fit. It might not. Can Lorraine make it fit? Or maybe I should have done the next size up. Then it'll fit. And how much of that? Oh, we'll still get quite a bit of the orange. Okay, let's go with that again. I'll cut a piece of this down. Try not to chop my finger off. Let's go. I definitely want that hello on there, so I think it's fantastic when, you know, I love it when I'm watching someone else and they come up with something that I had no clue about, and I'm like, wow. And silly me, you can't just watch and, you know, pretend I knew what. I have to say, oh my goodness, that's brilliant, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I've got to get all my bits out of those as well. They're looking a bit colourful. All right, so I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to stamp, and that stamp is not at all sticky, I can tell you, see. You will stick. There we go. And what will I do it in? The Timid Tiger, do you think? Let's keep with the colours. Molly, stop scratching because you're rattling. Good girl. Now she'll ask to go out. Oh, she's let herself out. All right. I'm going to put that on there. Actually, I might put that flat and then... Such a shame this branching out is going. I really loved it. Yes, Ellen Woodbridge. Lovely, lovely lady. Suzanne and I were lucky enough to meet her at Onstage. Such a sweetheart. Oh, look, I've got a couple of... Look, you know what I'm going to do? I'll cover those with some sparkles. And then I just got to... Must have some on my hand, yeah, on my thumb, look. And then I'll just cover them. So I'm just going to put this on with some dimensionals. And this won't interfere. Anything that you put on the outside won't interfere with what happens on the inside. She says, thinking, please don't let me be lying to them. So we're just going to pop hello on the top there. Don't think we want any bits and pieces coming out, but what I will do is put a couple of gems on there, and I'm going to go with the In Colour pack for this year, if I can find it. Shouldn't be too hard. There's one of them. I've got two, so... Oh, there it was, right on the end. Okay. So my mum must have gone shopping today, I think. You're your only customer, so you don't get upset about them retiring. Yep, that's it. And you know what? If I'm sending stuff, yes, branching out really should have stayed. I mean, it's not a Christmas one necessarily. The branches are so useful in so many other things. These little tufts, you put them all together, they don't necessarily look like pine needles. So yeah, you know, I was really sad to see that one on there. Yeah, and yeah. See, from our family to yours, happiest birthday wishes sent with lots of love to a very special someone, wishing you a day filled with happy moments. Thinking of you brings joy to my heart. Why are we getting rid of that? Just why? Okay, I'm going to put one of those there because I've got a smudge there. And I'm going to put another one there because I've got another smudge. And then I might just put one of the little ones sort of like there. And I think that's all we need for that card. So there we go. There's our whatever. You know what? I will use what I want to use, you know. And if I'm doing a class and I've used a sentiment that's not available, I will just say to people, this isn't available any longer. However, there will be others that you can look at, you know, and make your choices. Why not do that? All right, so here we go. Special. I should really have put something on the back, I suppose, but there's our card for today. All right. What's Nicole? Your bookshelf of being my only customer is full of needs to be secured to the wall so that it doesn't land on me. Oh dear. Hi Kim again. Oh, please be careful. Be very careful. I hate it when we flood. Absolutely hate it. It's scary stuff. The way that water can move, you just wouldn't believe it, would you? So, yeah. All right. Let me just. Someone asked me the other day. How big is that? So do it 7.5 by 3.5. 7.25. All right, let's have a look. A quick one. With just a piece of card that I've got. Let's use that for the sake of it. What did I say? 7.5. It's not going to be hard. 7.25 by 3.5. So let's go. This is so simple. 7.25. And I probably should have done this the other way, by 3.5. This is only a very basic one. And then I'm going to score this at, what am I going to score it at? 3.5 and 3.75. So across here, score it at 3.5 and 3.75. I'm hoping this is going to work because I'm doing this so quickly. Okay, so now you've got your little 1/4 inch bit there. This would be for a very narrow. So we're just gonna. There we go. Oh goodness. Maryborough is prone to flooding, and luckily where I am, we're too high. If we flooded here, the whole of Maryborough would be under. But now that hasn't gone right in the middle, has it? So maybe I did my measurements. Okay, so I'm about 1/4 inch out, I think. That bit's right. Should have been a tad longer. All right, so you've got something like this. Now, this is how easy it is. I'll show you this one. This is one, I think I got this at On Stage. So a little bit of Post-it note, a little bit of decoration, put something on the front, and you have a cute little thing for Post-it notes. So if I get my horrible pad that I've had forever and I pull out, I don't know, that many, need more than that, but you can pop that in there like that, and you can put a pretty decoration on the inside as well as the outside if you want to, and then you just decorate the outside with something, your patterned paper. So ruler. See you, Suzanne. I'll come over soon. So what's that? 3.25 by 3.5. So I would do a bit of patterned paper. Let me see. What have I got here? Probably not enough on that. Not even close. If I can find some bluey coloured pattern paper. I don't do a lot of blue. And I did yesterday, but it's not going to help me at all. Okay, let's quickly grab some. What have we got up here? Yeah, we can use some of this. I think this is going as well. I'm not sure about the paper. This is the Lights of Aurora. And I'm hoping it's not going to go. Let me yes, Roz, that'd be great. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. Keep us in the loop. Yep, definitely do that. Okay, 3.5 by 3.25. So if I was to cut this at that minus that, and I bet I've done this the wrong way, but never mind. That, so I'm only mucking about with it just to give you a quick idea, and then you can put that on the front of there. Put a little thing like that, or a nice little greeting. So you would make that centerpiece. So if you were using like a whole pad like this, then obviously you would use a lot more and you would make it bigger. But that's how easy it is just to make a little, thing for that. Very simple. You might be AWOL for a week or so, but you'll be watching soon after your surgery. Okay. When do you have your surgery, Roz? Have I missed that? I don't always see everything as it scrolls by. One more week until the big day. Oh, well, good luck. But, yeah. Are you both having surgery? Tanya and Roz. My goodness. Anyway, so that just whoever's having surgery, or however many of you are having surgery, please just be. What are we measuring? 3 inches by 6 3/8. Oh dear. Anyway, I. So, again, if you wanted something quick and easy for someone in an office, like I said, I got that second measurement wrong there, but you can put that on the front, a perfect little gift, a little gift card. So, oh, actually, no, this one was, so it's actually right, because if you look, that one's exactly the same. It's longer on the bottom than the top. But anyway, so yeah, so easy to make these little gift things. So we will see you next week, Ros, will we? Oh, okay. So I do a Reiki send most evenings. So if you're open to receiving Reiki, then just anybody that wants to, allow it. And if you don't, just say you don't want it, and it will go to ground, and that's just fine. But definitely, Ros, I will be thinking of you, and sending some healing vibes to you. All right, let me go back up here. All right, that's me for today with my funny little magic card, which, you know, even if I don't use it, I'm sure my grandkids will love to have a play with that. So yeah, that's me for today. Oh, did you? Wow. I sometimes watch Peggy. She's the one with the little dog, isn't she? The little dog with the bow in the hair. Thanks for that, Nicole. I'll have to check it out. She might have better ideas about it than me. That'd be awesome. Oh, thank you, Kim. Everybody else is as well. Everybody's amazing. We're all amazing. Where would we be without you? Hey, alrighty, everyone. So, if you're on the sidelines and you haven't joined in at any stage, please feel free to, because these ladies are just awesome. And we do have a gentleman that pops in sometimes as well, so not to, leave him out. I would love it if it suits you, then to subscribe, press the notification bell, and perhaps share if that's what you'd like to do. Okay, so you're a Reiki master as well, Kim? Yeah, yeah. I've been a Reiki master for many years. Do you also teach? I'm glad you enjoyed that, Holly. The never ending card. I made one of those the other day. Where's that one? This one. Oh, I might just need to pop down to the desk again, just quickly. So where are we? Here, 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 here. Back to the beginning. It tells you tells you itself where it wants to go. There you go. So there's your never-ending card. They're great too, Glenda, aren't they? I like anything that's just a little bit different. All right, let me go back up to the top. Sorry, I'm not peering at you all. I know it must look like it, and I've probably got that frown on my face. I look back at these sometimes. I see me going like this. You're very welcome, everybody. All right. I will see you again. Well, some of you I might catch up with later when Linda comes on, but I will see you all on Monday and hopefully have a new set of cards for you for next week. I'm not sure that what have I got next week? Not sure. I don't think I've got any appointments next week. I might have to go have a blood test early one morning, and it will be early. It'll be before I do this because it's one of the starvation ones. So get up, go down the road, get it done, come back, and then have a cup of coffee. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Please take care. Those of you in flood areas, please be careful. Be thinking of you all. And I will talk to you all again next week. So look after you and yours. Bye for now.